following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Cardinal Park. We are on the campus of Spring Mills High School, where tonight it's a baseball matchup, a regional showdown, as the Spring Mills Cardinals play host to the Washington Patriots. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton on our camera, Donald Kinney, our on-site producer, and Colin McLaughlin, our studio engineer. Matt, a matchup tonight of a pair of teams that are working hard to get in the win column, as Spring Mills has dropped to their last two games. The Washington Patriots coming off of a loss just last night.
Yeah, Spring Mills coming in with a record of 4-8 on the season. For Washington, it is 6-10, and both of these teams just trying to find a little of consistency. And from what we've seen and what we've heard, even through the last few minutes, just trying to close out games for these teams. It seems like there's been instances this year where it looked like they were going to walk away with a win and just can't seem to close it out. So it's not only finding consistency all season long, but it's finding consistency in a game. You got to be able to play 7 innings.
Yeah, you look at those losses for Spring Mills, and you've got a 6-4 decision at Berkeley Springs, a 9-8 decision against Martinsburg, a 6-2 loss against this Washington team, 7-4 against a very good Jefferson team. You're talking about being just a couple of runs away from having a much better record.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's at the time of the season where you're going to have to start putting these things together if you want to be hitting your stride right as the playoffs start. You look at, we're only 3 weeks, 4 weeks into the season. Well, yeah, we're now over the halfway mark in the season. The playoffs will start with the sectional round that first week of June, so you're less than a month away from sectional tournament time, and you've got to step it up and find some sort of, I use the word again, consistency as you hit the playoffs.
Oh, you're looking at a similar situation for Washington, a 3-2 loss against Hampshire, a 9-6 loss at University, a 9-8 loss at Hedgesville. We were at that game. Yeah. They gave up 5 runs without getting it out in that final at bat, so turned a victory into defeat in that one. Suffered a 3-1 loss at North Marion, and just last night a 7-4 setback on the road at Berkeley Springs. Another case where Washington, in the same situation as Spring Mills, could certainly have a better record. We'll see which one of these two teams is able to come out and get the win in this one here tonight. Well, let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. When we return to Cardinal Park, we'll hear from both head coaches, get their thoughts heading into tonight's matchup. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
We are back once again here at Cardinal Park, getting ready for tonight's matchup with the Spring Mills Cardinals playing host to the Washington Patriots. Time to hear from both head coaches, and we'll start with Spring Mills. They're led by Bradley Barrett in his second season, first on the field as the season canceled last year in 2020 due to COVID. We got things started talking to him about where his team is at this point on the year.
Yeah, we had a couple cancellations last week. Rain got to us a little bit. I said at least it was rain, not COVID, so we'll take that.
Were you able to do any type of work, at least maybe in the gym, in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, this year's been different. We finally got a cage up in the small gym, so we definitely utilized that a little bit this year.
Talk to us about the offense. What are you seeing from your team at the plate?
I mean, right now our approach isn't there yet. We're watching too many strikes down the middle. We're too patient with the plate with some things. We got to attack early and get on that fastball real quick.
How about pitching and defense? Where are you at this stage of the season?
Our pitching is improving each game. I really do see that. A lot of our young guys are coming in. We're throwing Joseph hands again today. He pitched last week against Jefferson. He definitely has the arm strength and the talent for it. He's getting better each time. How much are you seeing a very young baseball team grow before your eyes? It's been fun to watch. Like I said, we have one guy that's got a little bit of experience, and a lot of these kids are new to the system. It's going to be one of those things that I look back 2 years from now and say, here we are today. So, talk to us about this matchup tonight, a regional foe in Washington. It's an important game. Every game is important to us, but these games obviously matter the most. All right. What is it you see in them? Have you had a chance to see them this year? Yeah, we played them a couple weeks ago. Okay. To be honest with you, I think we could have beat them, but we just let to me runs on the field a little bit, and we had a lot of errors in the first couple innings. Coach, good luck tonight. Thanks, man. There you go. That is the head coach for Spring Mills, Bradley Barrett, and he did mention that 6-2 setback against Washington. That was back on April the 28th for the Washington Patriots, coming off that 3-run loss last night up at Berkeley Springs. We got our conversation started with second-year head coach Colin Nussbaum talking about that game.
Like I said, Berkeley Springs, came out and we were a little flat, and they came out and really hit the ball. We walked a couple too many people that we're happy with, but they're a solid baseball team. And like I told you guys last week, every night it's a grind, around this area. So, it was a tough loss, but we got to respond to that tonight. So hopefully tonight's a night to respond.
When I look at your schedule and look at those wins and losses, is it a matter of finding some consistency?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a lead, like I said, in almost every game this year. And we look on Max Preps, our schedule's like 9.7, which is way up there in the state. So we've got a tough schedule. So it's finding kind of that groove. We won a couple in a row, then we drop a couple in a row. So definitely trying to find our feet and kind of get some consistency is definitely something we're looking to. So we're getting there. We know when the time to peak is coming up here soon. So we're hopefully trending in that direction a little bit.
How do you see the players handling that situation? Are you seeing that maturity you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of that. A couple guys are struggling a little bit, just trying to, high school baseball, high school sports, trying to keep kids' heads and stuff. So that's, probably one of the biggest challenges we have as coaches is keeping everybody's head. And it's tough to lose tough ball games. I mean, but, our kids respond. We have a great group of kids. So, they're responding, they're battling back. So like I said, hopefully tonight's a night where we can kind of put a full game together and kind of get some things rolling as we head into postseason play here in the next couple weeks.
A few weeks ago, you saw this Spring Mills team. What do you maybe take out of that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, we saw them. Brad Smedick threw a great game for them. So we got Logan Link, who's been one of our consistent guys on the mound tonight. So they're solid, though. They don't make too many mistakes. It's like a 6-2 game. And they've been playing well lately. They've been in some really good games. I know they took Jefferson, 7-3. So, and they've beat some teams. So, like I said, every night in the Panhandle is a fun one. So they've definitely been on the upward trend, and they're gonna be a tough game again tonight. So, as long as we come out and do what we're supposed to do and put a full game together, I think we'll be okay. But like I said, Coach Barrett does a great job here, and he's done a really good job with this program. So it's another tough one.
Coach, thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
And there you go. That is Colin Nussbaum, the head coach for the Washington Patriots, getting ready to take on the Spring Mills Cardinals here this evening. The coach is going to get ready with our umpiring crew and go over the ground rules here. They'll exchange the lineup cards. So let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. And on the other side of this break, we'll take a look at those starting lineups as well as we get you ready for the play-by-play. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back once again here at Cardinal Park. Time for us to take a look at the starting lineups. I'll turn that duty over to Matt Crawford.
Let's do it. Starting with the Washington Patriots, they come in with a record of 6-10. They are led by second year on the field, third year off the field, head coach Colin Nussbaum. Their starting lineups look like this. Leading off in center field is Kobe Smith. In the number 2 spot is pitcher Logan Link. Batting third, Cameron Moore. He will play left field. In the cleanup spot, Braden Stottlemyre. He will play short. DHing for the third baseman is Colin Reed, hitting 5th. Hitting 6th is Ty Broughton. He will do the catching. Batting 7th is first baseman Jimmy Williams. Batting 8th is second baseman Bradley Smedick. And rounding out the batting order, playing right field for Washington, Brendan Kerr. For Spring Mills, they're led by Bradley Barrett in his second year, first on the season after missing last year due to COVID. For Spring Mills, they come in with a record of 4-8. Leading off for them is shortstop Caden Compton. DHing for the second baseman is Carson Gotham. In the number 3 spot, senior Tyler Gilpin. He will play center field. At first base, batting 4th is Chase Renner. At third base, batting 5th is Braden Shives. Batting 6th and playing right field is Chase Herndon. TJ Josenhands, as we have been corrected on our first call, is pitching. He will hit 7th. Mason Everhart is the catcher, batting 8th. And batting 9th, rounding out your batting order for Spring Mills, is left fielder Memphis Elliott.
So there is a look at the starting lineups. We mentioned the head coaches earlier. Bradley Barrett for Spring Mills. He is assisted by Doug Allen. Cody Hammond, the former Cardinal pitcher, is back now on the staff. Matt Copley, along with Justin May and Maverick Keller. Keller, a former Musselman standout for the Washington Patriots. Assisting head coach Colin Nussbaum is Toby Keller and Jordan English. Well, Matt, these are the 2 youngest high schools in the Eastern Panhandle, and including a game earlier this year back in April when Washington got this 6-2 victory, the Patriots have a 10-6 advantage in the 16 meetings so far between the 2 schools. Neither team has really found a way to dominate in this series. 2 years ago in 2019, Spring Mills did win both matchups by a 16-2 final and a 10-0 final, but these programs were in totally different places 2 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. Washington was having a great run of years, if you will, and then ran into all your seniors graduate. I believe there was all but one senior on that team a few years ago, and then hit the here comes the fountain of youth. So they were having a tough season, just 2 wins, and if I'm not mistaken, I know 1, maybe 2 of those came in that Myrtle Beach tournament down at the beach. And for Spring Mills, a 500 year at 15-16, so definitely not a bad year, just ran into some trouble in that sectional tournament. But these are 2 teams, again, still kind of building up the programs again, and still relatively young programs when you look at number of years they've been here, not just who's playing.
Well, and certainly when you compare that with the other schools in the Panhandle, when you look at a Jefferson, a Martinsburg, a Musselman, a Hedgesville. So, well, as the starting lineups have been introduced, we are about to pause here for the playing of the national anthem. We will send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll bring you the opening pitch and all the play-by-play. Again, it is Spring Mills hosting Washington in West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back again here at Cardinals Park. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Donald Kinney, our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin is our engineer back at the studio. Now the Cardinals taking to the field in the white baseball pants, white jersey tops, and yes, the white lettering with a light blue trim around that lettering. Always love those jerseys when the numbers and the color of the jersey match. Makes for a challenge, but not as much maybe in baseball as in the other sports, as we do know those starting lineups, and most of the changes we'll spot when someone new comes to the plate. Meanwhile, Washington in the road grays, they've got the blue jersey tops, they've got the white stripe across the chest with some red outline, and Washington in the middle of that. On the back of the jerseys, white numerals with the red outline, including their names in white on the back. And towing that pitching rubber, you said we've been corrected. TJ Josenhans
gets in his warm-up pitches. We weren't sure whether he was going to take the mound. Apparently pulling a Max Scherzer during warm-ups and getting one to the nose, squaring around for a bunt during BP, and certainly left some DNA around the dugout as we were walking through setting up some cameras, but good to go. Got in some warm-up pitches. He comes in with 11 2/3 on the mound so far, an 0-1 record, a 6.0 ERA, 15 hits given up, 21 runs, but only 10 of those runs have been earned. 10 strikeouts and 11 walks, so averaging just about a walk an inning. I'm sure Coach Bear would like to see that come down tonight.
Well, and certainly as just a freshman on the hill, you would imagine those numbers will come down as he gains more experience and gains more confidence. I mean, it is tough to be up there. Figure you're, about 14 years old probably, maybe turning 15 as you were in that freshman year, and you step onto that mound and face guys that are 17 and 18, and that could be, I'm sure, a little intimidating. Kobe Smith getting ready to step into the left-hand batter's box, center fielder and leadoff hitter for Washington. It is time to play baseball on this breezy Tuesday evening. In the first pitch, grounded right back through the box. It's into center field, and that is a base hit. So Kobe Smith, wasting little time, goes right after that first pitch from Josenhans and delivers the base hit, his 15th of the year.
Yeah, came in 15, or now 14 for 52, or then 14 for 52, now 15 for 52. It's a 269 hitter. Brings up Logan Link, hoping to help his cause before he even hits the mound.
By the way, the opening pitch coming at 6:01, so we were just a minute behind the scheduled starts. Logan Link, a right-hand hitter, squares and shows bunt, pushes that bunt up the third base side. That one rolling from the grass into the dirt, where it's grabbed by the catcher Mason Everhart, and all hands are safe as Link will reach on the bunt base hit.
I have no idea how he got that bunt down. That one was very inside, right off the handle, but was able to push it perfectly down the third base line. No play made on that one, and now 2 pitches thrown and 2 men on.
Pitch came inside to a point where it may have been a defensive bunt as much as it was anything else. Don't get hit by that pitch. Cameron Moore is in the left-hand box taking a fastball that misses high. Matt, are you a bit surprised that Everhart grabbed that one? I was thinking the catcher might let that go as it came off the grass down onto the dirt off that high lip. You didn't have a chance at first. I'd have let that one go and see if maybe it goes foul.
It was starting to lose momentum. You could see it slowing down, so it would have taken an awfully steep incline coming off of that lip to go foul. So I'm in agreement with him. I think he was just trying to make a play at first.
Moore taking this pitch that misses high, and that is now 3 balls and no strikes as all 3 pitches have been up out of the strike zone. Moore, a sophomore, one of 3 sophomores in this Washington lineup. We're looking at some young talent out there, and Johnson Hands misses high with ball 4, and we've had a single to center, a bunt base hit, and now a 4-pitch walk, and the Patriots have the bases loaded, and that has Everhart, the catcher, out for a conference on the hill.
And it'll bring up Braden Stottlemyre, the RBI leader for this Washington Patriot team, 11 coming in. He's also a .413 hitter, 19.446 on the year. Added 8 walks to that, so finds ways to get on base.
Yeah, about 50% of the time, a .509 on base percentage when you add in those walks. And the first pitch of the at-bat down in the dirt, gloved nicely by Everhart. It's 5 straight out of the zone. Corner infielders are playing in, Renner at first and Shives at third. Middle infielders, they're not back all the way, about midway in that dirt maybe. Stottlemyre awaits. The right-hand batter takes this one, and it is in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1.
And that's what you got to do. It's not like those first 2 hits were anything major. It was one right back up the middle, then an infield single bunt. So put it over the heart of the plate. Your defense is going to help you out.
Well, in this case, work that outside edge. A swing and a miss by Stottlemyre.
A little movement on that pitch as well.
Johnson Hands trying to settle in. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's that good eye by Stottlemyre.
Corners are in. Middle infield playing double play depth.
Crowds the plate with that back foot. Front foot shaded down the third base line just a tiny bit. He awaits, swings, bounces this one towards the shortstop, charging in on it. Compton has it. His only play is at first, and the first baseman not on the bag. I'm not sure the throw would have gotten him anyway. As Stottlemyre races across first, he reaches. The bases remain loaded. Smith scores from third, and Washington leads 1-0.
And I'm not sure whether Renner had stepped off or not gone to the bag because of how slow that ball was hit. He figured no play at first base, but he was standing pretty much where he's playing defense right now, about 3 steps off the bag.
We'll mark it as an infield base hit as the first pitch to Colin Reed misses, goes by Everhart and through to the backstop, and that is going to allow Logan Link to come across from third. The other runners will advance as well as Moore goes to third. Stottlemyre now at second.
Not the way that Spring Mills wanted to start.
No, not at all. That is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes to Reed, and 2 runs on the board. A 2-0 Washington lead. The next delivery a little up and in. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. Although, 1-1. They have it marked on the board. The next delivery is high. So we'll go at 2 balls and 1 strike. Reed, a sophomore, a .310 average. No homers, 8 driven in. Johnson Hands to the plate. Sharp hit ground ball past the third baseman and down the line. That will get in 1, and that will get in 2. Making a wide turn at first and staying there is Colin Reed. He's got a 2 RBI single. The first 4 batters all reaching and scoring as Washington takes the early 4-0 lead.
How about Washington do it in a mixture of ways? Right back up the middle. That one sharply hit. A couple of infield singles, getting it done a bunch of different ways here in the top of the first. And Spring Mills still looking for their first out.
10 runs batted in now for Reed after collecting 2 there, and the batter now is Ty Broughton, and the junior catcher takes ball 1 down low and outside.
And Broughton, no slouch to the plate, a .340 hitters driven in 10. Right now, nobody in scoring position. Not a big lead by Reed over there at first base.
Pitch misses high, 2 balls, no strikes. You mentioned what Josenhans went through in the batting cage, bunting one off the nose. We weren't told until, probably about 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes before we went on the air, whether he was going to go ahead and start or not. He went out and threw some warm-up pitches, felt good, and he is out there battling. This pitch in there for a strike, count now 2-1. The runner with his lead at first. Reed a short lead. Pitch inside now for ball 3. So it is 3-1 to Broughton. He has walked just 3 times this year. See if Josenhans can battle back. From the stretch, here's the pitch. That fastball high and outside, and that is ball 4. So the base on balls will be the second in this half inning. And you mentioned before we got the inning started, the 11 walks over 11 2/3 innings. 2 walks now in this half inning. Add that together with 4 singles, and that has produced 4 runs and threatening for more for Washington. And that is Ryan McCarthy, who is taking over as a runner at first.
For the catcher, Broughton, so it'll be a courtesy runner situation, not a pinch runner situation.
Pitch to the plate, and that one just missing for ball 1. Timmy Williams is the batter, number 7 hitter in the order. One of 6 juniors in this Washington lineup. 2 runners on base, still nobody out, 4 runs in. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, now 1-1. Williams hitting .348, a homer, 10 driven in. He swings and misses at a pitch down low. He gets through the catcher. That one may very well be a passed ball. It's strike 2, but the runners advance.
Yeah, that one a little bit low, but definitely not in the dirt. One that Everhart's got to find a way to keep in front of him. Now 2 runners in scoring position. And that could be runs 5 and 6. Still nobody down. See, we want to trade a run for an out here, but if you're Washington, that is, for Spring Mills, you're trying to get a strikeout and somehow find a way to get out of this inning.
Good eye by Williams. He flinched but took that pitch that broke down and away from the right-hand batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good size in that right-hand box. Feet spread about shoulder width apart and even. He'll swing and bounce this one towards the second baseman. Infield not playing in. The only play is at first, and it's made there. Bryce Dunham, the second baseman, to Chase Renner on the ground out that goes 4-3. But RBI number 11 for Williams as Reed scores from third. So make it a 5-0 lead now for Washington. McCarthy, who was at second, advances to third, so he's just 90 feet away. For Bradley Smedick, tries to check his swing at the first pitch. Clearly went through the zone. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and then an off-speed pitch. I'm guessing we're kind of at an awkward angle to see where they start and finish, but I'm guessing that one started right over the heart of the plate. Then he realized it was going to drop off the table, and it did.
Well, the 0-1 pitch inside and hits him in the leg, and Smedick will jog down to first, hit by a pitch. So a couple of base on balls, and now a hit batter in this top of the first inning for Josenhans. It'll bring up Brendan Kerr, the number 9 hitter in the order. This half inning, not a long one.
No.
We started at 6:01. It's taken about 9 minutes to put 5 runs on the board and have runners at the corners with just 1 away.
Well, there hasn't been a batter that's seen more than 5 pitches, so it hasn't been overly long at-bats. It's been quick walks or Washington just putting the ball in play.
Runner on the move with a pitch to the plate and the throw down. It will go through and bounce off the glove of the shortstop. A run will come home to score, and the runner will advance to third base. So McCarthy steals home on that double steal, and then on the error, Smedick, who stole second, will then move to third. I thought the second baseman Dunham was going to definitely cut that one off. He was there, but did not reach out for it, and then it took a bounce and went off the glove of Compton and out into right center.
Yeah, that first-third defense, certainly, I'm with you. It certainly looked like that was the play called where the second baseman was going to come, cut it off, and give second base and make sure the runner's not scoring from third. That was not the case, and at that point, if you're Compton, you just got to keep that ball in front of you.
6-0 now that lead for Washington, and for Coach Bradley Barrett, a trip to the mound. He was hoping not to make this early in the game as he pulls the entire infield together along with pitcher and catcher. wrapping up that conversation. And coming back down the third base line to step into the batter's box, Brendan Kerr, the junior, hitting .250, no homers, 4 driven in.
Matt, Washington came in averaging 4.9, so 5 runs a game. They've exceeded that just here in the top of the first and only 1 down.
Well, and they're adding to it. Kerr going the other way on that fastball, rips it between the first and second baseman out into right field. He'll have his 5th run batted in as Smetic comes home from third. 7 runs in this first inning with still just 1 out for Washington. Nice piece of hitting to take that one the other way. Cross out the 2, mark a 1 as we are hitting around, and here is a fair ball ripped just inside the first base bag. That one bouncing down into foul territory where Herndon has trouble picking it up. Kerr will head around third, being waved to the plate. He will come home to score, and Kobe Smith, first pitch swinging for a second at bat in the half inning, had a single his first time up. This time up will have extra bases.
And again, they're just spraying it all over the ballpark. We've now seen one hit sharply bouncing over the bag down each line. We've seen him hit right back up the middle and small ball with a couple of infield singles. Right now, Spring Mills just can't seem to get an out. They've got one, but since the ground out to second base for Williams, it's just been a tough inning, but a great inning offensively for the Washington Patriots.
8 runs now in the inning. First pitch to Logan Link, high and inside. He reached on a bunt base hit earlier in the half inning. He swings and bounces this one towards the second baseman. Dunham bobbles, picks it up, and makes that throw to first just in time to get him. Link will ground out. It will be 4-3. He will get credit for a run batted in as Kobe Smith, who was at third, comes home to score run number 9 in this first inning for the Patriots. And Matt, both outs have been ground ball outs to second that brought in a run. 2 outs, base is empty. Cameron Moore takes ball 1.
Got to get him to ground out to second base.
Let's see what happens. He walked his first time up. He's yet to take the bat off his shoulder. Swings at this pitch, lifts it in the air into shallow center field. Gilpin is coming in on it, and the Spring Mills center fielder has it, and the side is retired. Wow, but what a first at-bat for the Washington Patriots. They'll send 12 to the plate and put 9 runs on the board. After a half an inning, it's Washington 9, Spring Mills coming to bat.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
To Cardinal Park, we're at Spring Mills High School, where Spring Mills is hosting Washington, and right now it was a Patriot eruption in that top of the first inning. 9 runs scored on 6 hits. There were 2 errors for Spring Mills. No runners left on base, 2 hit batters and a hit by pitch, no strikeouts, and 34 pitches for the freshman TJ Josenhans. 16 of those were for strikes, and now towing that pitching rubber, getting in his warm-up tosses, is the Patriots' Logan Link.
Logan Link, 19 1/3 on the mound so far this year, a 3.98 ERA. Still no decisions to his credit, the 0-0 record. 23 hits, 16 runs, 11 of those have been earned, 23 strikeouts to just 3 walks, so gets the job done with the strikeout-to-walk ratio on the mound for sure.
So here we go to the bottom of the first. We'll see if Spring Mills can find a way to answer as Caden Compton, sophomore shortstop, gets ready to dig in. He'll be followed by Carson Gotham and then Tyler Gilpin. And if you're Spring Mills, your chances of putting 9 on the board in the bottom of the first are not likely, but you have to begin to chip away. So just go up there, try to put the ball in play, get on base, and see what you can make happen.
Yeah, you obviously never want to be in a hole like this early, but it's the first inning, so what does that mean? It means you have a lot of time to dig yourself out of this hole, and you just got to get one batter at a time.
Well, the first pitch to Caden Compton, just missing for ball one. The sophomore, one of 3 sophomores in this Spring Mills starting lineup, takes this pitch for a strike. We would have the count now at 1-1. Young man with 10 hits in 36 at-bats, no homers, 2 driven in. Bounces this one over the head of the pitcher. It's the shortstop on the right field side of the bag. Fielding, throwing, and a nice dig at first by Timmy Williams. What a play, 6-3, and Compton is retired.
Great play by Braden Stottlemyre. I thought for sure that was going to be an infield single on the high chopper back towards the second base bag, and Stottlemyre coming up. An awkward angle to have to throw that baseball, and a good pick over at first by Williams.
One down, base is empty. Brings up the left-hand hitting Carson Gotham. He will take ball one. Gotham a 300 average, 9 hits, 30 at-bats on the season. Another sophomore, so back-to-back young guys in the top of the order. He'll go the other way with this one, a fly ball into left field. Kobe Smith, pardon me, I have Kobe Smith in 2 positions. That's Cameron Moore
in left field,
who was in left field coming in to make that catch. Had that one measured off the bat, you could tell.
You got to like the attitude for Spring Mills, though. I know 2 down quick, but they're coming out swinging the bats. They're not sitting there taking pitches. They're not feeling bad for themselves. They're swinging the bats, trying to dig themselves out of this 9-0 hole.
2 away. Bases remain empty for Tyler Gilpin. A wave and a miss at strike 1. Yeah, it helps if I write the right player's name in the right position on that defensive side of my chart. Had Kobe Smith playing left and center. That's some speed right there.
I was going to say, not quite. He's quick, but I'm not sure he's quite that quick.
A 1 delivery down low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to one of 4 seniors in this order. Gilpin, Renner, Shives, 3 straight seniors, and then Memphis Elliott out of that number 9 spot, the 4th senior in the starting lineup. Gilpin takes 1-1 missing, ball 2. Link will throw strikes, and maybe that's the thing, too. If you're the Cardinals, you know that. You got to put the ball in play. Here's a ball hit very deeply into left center field, ranging back onto the center fielder, reaching up and making the grab. Yes, Kobe Smith able to track that one down. Looked like a wide receiver making the over-the-shoulder catch.
Well, if the wind's not blowing from that direction and certain other ballparks, that ball may get out of here. That certainly had some height and distance on. I think the wind that's blowing from left center helping keep that one in.
So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base in the Spring Mills half of inning number 1. 1 inning in the books, heading to inning number 2 when we come back with Washington leading Spring Mills 9-0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com. This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Well, we are back once again here at Cardinal Park. You mentioned that breeze blowing, and it has been a windy one since we have arrived here. The temperature at game time, 61 degrees under partly sunny skies.
Matt, it'll be news when we're calling a game where wind isn't a factor.
We are in May, and you would expect by the time we get to this point in the season, we're not seeing as much wind. But, well, it is a weird year once again. All right, it brings up Braden Stottlemyre. Let's get this second inning started. He'll take ball 1. That one up and away from TJ Josenhans, who is back out for a second inning of work. Misses high and tight. Stottlemyre backing out of the way of that one, kind of spinning as he went back. 2 balls, no strikes. He had an infield hit to drive home a run. his first time up. Takes this one inside. There's ball 3.
And this has got to be a fine line for Coach Barrett on what the leash looks like for jaws and hands, because obviously you want to see what the freshman can do and battle back from what was a tough first inning, but also you now have the leadoff man again for the second straight inning, and you're down 9-0 in the second inning. So it's a fine line to have to toe for what is still a young head coach, only in his 13th game now as a head coach.
Stoudemire taking ball 4, the missed inside. That's a 4-pitch walk, and already the 3rd walk to go along with a hit batter for jaws and hands. He will go to work now on Reed, and the first pitch taken for strike 1. Colin Reed had a 2 RBI single his first time up. He hit that one into left field. Turned on and hit it down the line. Throw over to first. We should add that first and right field is the sun field. Renner, though, at first base, the senior, not wearing any sunglasses. Does have the hat pulled down, though. Runner on the move with a pitch missing down low and no chance for Everhart to throw. That one short hopped right out behind the plate or in behind the plate and then in and out of the glove of Everhart. So he had no chance to get Stoudemire, who will steal second.
And Matt, sometimes those sunglasses make it worse. If you're looking directly into that sun, there's really not a whole lot that you can do, sunglasses or not. So just pull that hat down.
1-1 was due, but jaws and hands is going to pivot and look at the runner at second. Shortstop was behind the runner, while Dunham, the second baseman, was on the bag. No throw made, though. Here's that 1-1 delivery, and it misses inside. No, on the inside corner. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Colin Reed. Reed with 9 base on balls, 7 Ks. 14 hits now and 43 at bats. Takes a breaking pitch that stays up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Reed, some happy feet as that one coming in. I think he thought that was going to stay in.
Yeah.
Broke over the plate, and the last time he bailed out on that last pitch, ended up getting called a strike, so trying to stay in there. Does crowd the plate.
Yep. Near the back of the box, feet very close together, likes to stride into the pitch. That fastball is high. He ducks out of the way as it came inside, backing him off the plate. We got a full count. A lot of activity going on. Not sure if it's lacrosse. I think it's probably what it may be down on the football field at Cardinal Stadium, and there's some softball as well. Fastball on the 3-2 misses inside. Colin Reed seems to be relieved that he did not get hit in it at bat as he draws the base on balls.
Well, you stand that close to the plate, and that's going to happen from time to time.
It will. So the first 2 batters reaching in the Washington second inning. Ty Broughton to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up. Right-hand batter. Takes down low and outside. Ball 1. We did not see anyone working out or loosening in any way during the last half inning. Looking at 4, what would that be? 8, 10, about 11 pitches. So already about 45 pitches thrown by jaws and hands. Runner is on the move, and now they've got him in the pickle. Jaws and hands going to start towards him. He'll throw to the third baseman, sending him back towards second. Now the throw to the shortstop glances off his glove, and diving back in safely goes Stoudemire.
Well, Stoudemire been dancing between second and third, getting a pretty big secondary lead. And that time, I think just going to get that secondary lead as you saw the pitcher, jaws and hands, go up and back over to second. So I'm guessing they'll get a relatively shorter lead here. Again, the primary lead, nothing major. That secondary lead, he's getting about 45 feet.
Pitch to the plate, good. Fastball, a swing and a miss. It evens things up. 1-1 to Broughton. Yeah, it was a slightly shorter secondary lead. Next delivery, that fastball that misses high. In case there were jaws and hands just overthrowing that one. Trying to put a little too much on it. It's fascinating. I saw on one of the baseball kind of history Facebook pages today as the next delivery on the way. Lifted in the air into straightaway center field. Tyler Gilpin is under it, now drifting a little bit back into his left. He fields and will make that throw through to third base. Necessary as Stoudemire gave him the bluff like he may try to go. So on the 2-1 pitch, Broughton flies out to center. There is 1 down. The runners stay at first and second, and here comes Timmy Williams. But it was a quote from Greg Maddux. It was funny because he brought up, you know, when some guys get in trouble on the mound, they just try to throw harder. He said it's not about throwing harder, it's about location. And that's the thing that he goes for. When he was struggling on the mound, His focus became, I've got to hit my spots.
It's a little easier for Greg Maddox. He didn't throw hard to begin with, and your fastball tops out at 88.
That's true. Williams taking the first pitch for a strike. This one comes inside and hits him. And Washington has loaded the bases in this top of the second without the benefit of a hit. Stottlemyre now at third, Reed at second, Williams at first, 2 walks and a hit batter. And now Bradley Smedick stands in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Here comes the delivery, and that one inside and almost got him in the leg. He was able to spin out of the way of ball 1. Josenhan's really laboring. Ready to go again with that 1-0 pitch. There is a strike on the outer edge. 1-1.
He's been able to find the plate, just not consistently. I don't know if we've seen back-to-back strikes more than once or twice this game so far with the amount of batters that we've seen. Good block by Everhart.
Yeah, pitch down low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. And you had the middle infield, second and short, kind of dancing around to keep the runner close. And pitcher never even looked back. He was ready to go right to the plate with the bases loaded. Not playing those middle infielders in. They're not trying to cut down the run at the plate. They are at the corners, but not up the middle, as the 2-1 is outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. And there is no place to put him.
Well, you keep the middle infield at this. There's 1 out, so you want to keep them back in double play depth. Corners playing to try to cut down that run at the plate.
Here is a ground ball and a big hop towards the shortstop. Compton has to wait on that last bounce. Will give the underhand toss to Dunham. They get the force out, retiring Williams at second. Smedick, however, will get a run batted in, reaching on the fielder's choice, scoring Stottlemyre from third to put Washington into double digits, 10-0 the lead. Colin Reed now stands at third with Smedick at first, 2 down. The out goes 6-4. Brings to the plate Brendan Kerr, and that's going to send Everhart, the catcher, out in front of the plate, going through some signs to make sure the defense is ready should Smedick be on the move from first base. You got to imagine he will be.
Yeah, they've already run that double steal once and were able to get a run out of it, so I would imagine it's not the first pitch. It'll be the second or third.
Well, it's not the first one. It misses outside. That's ball 1 to Kerr. He had an RBI single, took it the other way, hit it between first and second base to drive home a run in that first inning, a 9-run first. Runner is on the move with a pitch to the plate. It's low and outside, goes through to the backstop. We'll have a play at the plate to the pitcher covering, and they get him at the plate.
Yeah, that ball ricocheting hard off the backstop, making it a relatively easy play for Everhart to just talk back to the pitcher covering the plate.
Yep, there it is. The out goes Everhart to Josenhan's as Reed is retired on the wild pitch, but the play at the plate, and 1 run does score. Wow, Josenhan's getting out of a jam after walking to hitting a batter. The bases were loaded with just 1 out, and Washington plates just 1 run. Heading to the bottom of the second when we come back with Washington leading 10-0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
It'll be Chase Renner, Braden Shives, and then Chase Herndon. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters facing Logan Link in the Spring Mills half of inning number 2, now down 10-0. Link in that first inning threw only 9 pitches, 5 went for strikes, and the first pitch misses high for ball 1 to Renner.
Brenner, a .351 hitter. That's 13 hits in 37 plate appearances. Added a walk to that, but has also struck out 6 times.
Gets a piece of that breaking pitch and bounces it foul in behind the plate. 1-1 the count.
Way out in front of that one. Not sure if he was expecting fastball, but he just got the end of the bat on the follow-through coming through the zone.
Link is ready. Has the sign and the delivery. Good. Breaking pitch on the inside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, we saw Lincoln a game out at Hedgesville earlier in the year, and that breaking ball was working very well in that game.
He is ready. That 1-2 pitch lifted in the air into left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder Smith, and he's got it. And you can tell the wind kind of pushing that one back towards Smith to be able to make that play.
Yeah, camped underneath and then took about a half step back to his left as that one was falling back down to earth.
Nice job, Cameron Moore out in left. He was right over there as well, backing up on that play, but Smith calling for it, had it all the way. So we've had 3 fly ball outs, 1 ground ball out so far against Link. First pitch fouled back off the bat of Braden Shives. Shives, a senior, one of 4 seniors in this Spring Mills lineup. 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman. Link to the plate, missing down low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Usually one of those things that helps you get back into games like this if your Spring Mills is getting free bases and earning a walk at the plate. But the guy on the mound not going to give you too many of those. Again, just 3 coming into the game.
That 1-1 breaking pitch in there for a called strike 2. Again, good movement. That was started a little high, kind of dropped down across the plate. A swing and a miss at a high fastball, and Shives down on strikes. So a good mix of pitches.
And I credit the Spring Mills for coming out and swinging the bats and taking them off the shoulder in that first inning. So far in the second inning, doing much the same. But Shives definitely chasing that one up the ladder and helping out Logan Link for his 24th strikeout of the year.
Here's a bouncing ball, and off the front slope of the mound, the pitcher leaps into the air. Link loses the hat, but comes down and picks up the baseball and throws onto Williams at first. And Chase Herndon, on the very first pitch he sees, bounces out 1-3. Nice defense on the mound. Once again, Spring Mills goes in order in the bottom of the second, heading to inning number 3 when we come back with Washington leading 10-0.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
For Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10 Sports, I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton running our camera today, Donald Kinney, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, engineering from the studio. It's a 10-0 lead for Washington, 9 in the first, 1 in the second. As they come to the plate in the top of the third, we turn it over to Matt.
Thank you, sir. Brendan Kerr will step back in. It was Colin Reed getting caught at the plate on a pass ball, so Brendan Kerr going to get a new count, steps back in, takes ball 1 low. It was a 2-0 count to him when that runner tossed out at the plate. Here comes that 1-0. That one high and inside, ball 2.
Well, control has been the issue. 57 pitches, but only 23 for strikes for Josenhans through the first 2 innings. 4 walks and 2 hit batters.
Here comes that 2-0. That one will back Kerr off the plate. 3-0. And it looks like Coach Barrett is going to let him ride in this one. A sectional matchup tomorrow night. We'll be right back here as Musselman is in town, so you don't want to use too many pitchers when there's a sectional battle tomorrow night. That one outside to Kerr, and a 4-pitch walk to start the inning, and that's now 3 straight where Washington has the leadoff man on.
Yeah, it was a single to center by Kobe Smith to get the game started in the first. Then in the second, the walk to Stottlemyre, and now the walk to Kerr to start the third. And it's not the head coach, but an assistant coach who will make his way out, and there'll be a conference on the mound.
The infield stays where they are, so just a one-on-one conference out on the mound. Back to the top of the order, Kobe Smith, Logan Link, and Cameron Moore are the three that would be due up, assuming a double play does not happen.
Well, and Matt, you mentioned the matchup tomorrow, which is a sectional matchup. Musselman really took it to Spring Mills back on the 15th of April. Now, albeit that was like the second game of the season, but that was a 17-0 final. So if that's looming in the back of your mind, coming off of where this one is right now, that's tough.
First pitch from Joslin Hands to Smith. That one misses low, ball one. Smith, a single and a double. Got the easy two of the cycle so far.
Let's see if he can get the triple.
Here comes the 1-0. That one misses outside. Now 6 straight that have missed the zone, and now above 60 pitches. Not even out in the third yet for Joslin Hands. Runner gets that lead off first. It is Kerr. Here comes that 2-0. That one outside, ball 3.
And Joslin Hands really frustrated with himself. You could see that as he was letting that emotion out off that front slope of the mound, just not being able to get the pitch where he wants it to be.
And this inning missing pretty consistently, although right on cue there. It was 3 straight outside, then misses ball 4 low and inside, and I believe that will be the day for him as Coach Barrett going to walk out to the mound, and Joslin Hands going to meet him about halfway there. Coming in, looks like a number 6 coming in to pitch. It is a 6 coming off the bench, so no field changes for Spring Mills. It'll be Drew Gilpin coming in. Nobody out in the top of the third. We'll send it back to the studio while he gets his warm-up pitches in. A 60-second break. It's Washington 10, Spring Mills nothing. We're back in 1 minute.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back into Cardinal Park. Drew Gilpin getting in his warm-up pitches for Joslin Hands. He went 2+, 6 hits, still 2 runners on that would be his responsibility. No strikeouts, 6 walks, and 2 hit batters, and upwards of 65 pitches.
And, Matt, only 23 of those going for strikes, so that gives you the indication of the struggles that Joslin Hands was having with his control. And as you were mentioning, at times there was a consistency. He kept missing off that inside corner to those right-hand batters, but then many other times he was down and away, he was up high, just really struggling with that release point throughout this one.
We'll get into some of Drew Gilpin's stats here during this batter. It is Logan Link. Link is single so far in this one, also a ground out, but did drive in a run on that ground out to second base. First pitch to him, low and away, ball 1.
Yeah, looking at Gilpin's numbers, this will be his 3rd appearance, and all 3 coming in relief. He has no record and an ERA of 12.
Gilpin looks back at second base, ready with that 1-0. Here it is, that one low, ball 2. So to start this inning now, 10 straight pitches between 2 pitchers have missed the zone.
Gilpin has worked just 2 1/3 innings so far on the season, giving up 6 runs, 4 earned on 3 hits. He's got 4 strikeouts, but also 5 walks.
Here comes that 2-0 to Link. That one low, ball 3. And this is turning into a Rick Vaughn appearance in Major League where I believe it was 16 straight or 12 straight that missed the zone. We're at 11 right now. 3-0 count to Link. Here comes the 3-0 out of the stretch by Gilpin, and that one well outside, getting back to the backstop, ball 4.
Oh, that's going to load the bases, and Washington was in this same situation, albeit with one out in the last half inning where the bases were loaded on a couple of walks and a hit by pitch. They scored only one. Let's see if they can take advantage and get more here. And again, the more they get, the harder it's going to be for Spring Mills. Already down 10-0. It could be a mercy rule game in that bottom of the 4th.
Cameron Moore steps in, takes strike 1 on the outside corner. So the consecutive out of the zone streak will end at 12.
I say bottom of the 4th. It would have to go 5, so
yes.
Bottom 5.
Not quite the 15 after 3 for softball. Here comes the 0-1. That's a ground ball through the second base hole. Coming in to score 1 is Kerr, being waved around. And a second run going to score as that ball bobbled with the relay coming in. And 2 more come across on what is a 2 RBI single for Cameron Moore. It's Kerr coming around from third. And from second, it is Kobe Smith. Logan Link gets to third, 12-0. The Washington lead over Spring Mills.
There you go. Moore picks up RBI number 9 and 10. Runners at the corners, and by the way, close the book. All 12 of those runs will go to the credit of Josenhans on the hill. Everything else now belonging to Drew Gilpin with the 2 base runners on via a walk and a hit.
Brings up Braden Stottlemyre. First pitch to him. Takes strike 1 at the knees. Stottlemyre, an infield single and an RBI, his first at-bat in the first. And the second, a walk and a stolen base, came around to score in both of those innings. Gilpin looks in, gets his sign. Runner first gets his lead. Here comes the 0-1, and right past the catcher Everhart, moving to second on the throw with ease, and coming in from third to score is Logan Link. 13-0 is the Washington lead.
Yeah, another pitch that goes through to the backstop, and the pitcher, Gilpin, never even came down to try to cover the plate as Everhart went after that baseball, looking for another good carom like he had the last time that situation happened.
So a couple of wild pitches, giving some free bases here in this inning. Stottlemyre, count 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Stottlemyre now behind in the count, 1-2.
Pretty good cut at that pitch. Big swing was out in front as Gilpin pulled the string on him.
Moore gets his lead off second base. Again, dancing around out there near the shortstop. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Hitting the bricks to our right. Let's do that 1-2 again.
Nice job by Stottlemyre waiting back on that pitch. Just spoiling it. Really not much he could do with it, but clearly close enough. You gotta make some contact.
These two schools playing up on the softball field to our left. It is Washington leading 2-0. They're going to the 5th. That game moving a little bit quicker than ours. As softball usually does, but
not quite as many runs.
Yeah, not quite. Here comes the 1-2. Good backhanded stab by Everhart, keeping Moore where he is. Count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stottlemyre, a .413 batter coming in to the contest. That going to raise after a single so far in this one. And the 2-2, that one low. And just hitting the glove of Everhart. He thought it got by him, but nicked the glove and kept it right where it was. Count full 3-2. Moore once again has to stay at second.
Well, Stottlemyre showing that good eye. We mentioned earlier 8 walks that he has had on this season to go along with 19 hits coming in. He's added both a hit and a walk.
Stottlemyre, his lead off second. Again, dancing around out there by the shortstop. The payoff pitch on the 3-2. That one lifted to the right side of the infield. Moving over is Renner. He's now in foul territory and will make the catch for out number 1.
And a huge out right there to be able to get a very tough hitter in that situation on the 3-2 pitch. That was a good pitch. Worked away from the right-hand batter. Again, Stottlemyre just really trying to protect in that situation. Had to come out off the end of the bat and right up the elevator shaft.
Brings up Colin Reed. Reed an RBI single in the first. Came around to score. And then was thrown out at the plate to end the second inning. First pitch to him. A little high, a little outside above the letters. Ball 1. Gilpin toes that pitching rubber. Glances back to second as Moore gets that lead. Checks back one more time. Now with the 1-0 delivery. That one low in the dirt. Bouncing away from Everhart. Now advancing to third is Cameron Moore.
Yeah, that'll be a wild pitch down in the dirt. I mean, a nice job of Everhart to block that pitch, but still caromed off of him and enough up that first base line, and he didn't know initially where it was, that it's going to allow the runner to advance. But I'm going to give you a stat after this next pitch. As you were talking a moment ago, I was tallying something up.
Here comes the 2-0. This one driven right to the second baseman, but bouncing off the glove of Dunham, and that will carry him into right field. Coming in to score from third is Cameron Moore. 14-0, Washington's lead over Spring Mills.
And they are pounding the baseball. Dunham was there, but that ball had a little bit of a tail.
Yeah,
and
overran the play a little bit.
Yep, as he was sticking the glove up, and he didn't get it in the pocket, but rather hit the top of that pocket and then carry him down into the outfield.
Up to bat now, Ty Broughton. He will ground one down the third baseline. That is a fair ball bouncing over the bag. Coming around second, going to third, but being held up about halfway between 45 feet between second and third is Colin Reed. So now runners on first and second on the single for Broughton.
So there is a base hit for Broughton, who's been on base twice. Let's go back to that hit for Reed. Going with a single or the E?
I was just looking over at your score, but I mean, he was there in plenty of time, and just
he really didn't have to move.
He didn't. It's a trailing baseball, so I get it's moving at the end, but I think you got to make that play. So I'm going to go an E4. Runners at first and second. Williams stands in, fouls it off at the plate. Strike one.
All right, I promised you I was going to bring you a statistic. Are you ready?
Yep.
Every batter, 1 through 9, has reached base so far on either a walk or a hit by pitch.
I was looking at that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I won the count to Williams. Here comes that pitch from Gilpin. Bounces in. Good block. Dropping to his knees is Everhart, using that chest protector the way it should be used, keeping that ball in front. Count 1-1.
Smith has reached on a walk. Link on a walk. Moore on a walk. Stottlemyre on a walk. A walk to Reed. A walk to Broughton. A hit by pitch to Williams. A hit by pitch to Smedick. And a walk to Kerr.
Reed on his way to third. It's a hit and run, and that left side of the infield wide open. Reed going to come in to score with ease. On the throw, advancing to third. Standing up is Broughton. It'll be an RBI single for Williams.
Well, and by putting that runner in motion, Braden Shives at third was moving over towards the bag, and that vacates that spot where the ball basically went right by. And so by putting that runner in motion, that certainly helped out in that situation.
Williams now his 11th run driven in on the year.
Actually make it 12. Remember, he had an RBI.
He did in that first inning, you're right.
Yeah.
Grounded out the second, but drove in a run. So now it doesn't on the year.
Don't want to cut him short because he's tied with Stottlemyre right now, with 12 runs batted in, leading the team.
And it is the courtesy runner now at third, Ryan McCarthy, for the catcher Broughton. Runners at the corners. Bradley Smedick fouls one off at the plate. I believe a man nicked him, too, as he will shake that left foot out a bit. Strike one.
Yeah, it came down off the foot or maybe the ankle. I could see that from my angle. You may not have gotten it quite as well from your angle.
Yeah, from my angle, you just saw it ricochet to the right. Couldn't quite tell whether that was the plate, whether it was the foot, whether it was the catcher, umpire. A lot of things could happen right there, and that'll nick him on the tricep going through. That front arm just nicked. It doesn't seem to bother him a little bit. Not too cold out tonight, but the bases loaded once again in this game, and once again we will see the 10th batter of the inning for the second time in 3 innings.
Wow.
Brendan Kerr, number 9 batter in the order, walked to get this inning started. First pitch to him, upstairs, ball 1. Strike out the 5 and make it a 4. Or, I'm sorry, make it a 3.
Yeah.
We're already 1 ahead.
Now you're 2 ahead.
Kerr walked on 4 pitches to get this inning started. So he's now seen 5 out of the zone. Here comes the 1-0. That one a fastball right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, single and a walk out of the number 9 spot in the order. Very productive all the way through this lineup today. They're taking pitches, putting the ball in play. When they do get that strike, they're making it happen.
And, Matt, I got a fun stat for you coming up here in a minute as well, as that one misses low and away, ball 2. How about all but 2 in the order so far as we're through 2 1/3? have driven in runs for Washington.
Yeah.
So very productive day at the plate for the Patriots. And so far for Link, he's shut him down, going 6 up, 6 down. Kerr going to lift this one into right field. Going over is Herndon. That's going to be over his head. One run going to come around as tagging up from third was McCarthy, being waved around from third. Coming in from second is Williams. The other runners will be held. It's a 2 RBI double for Brendan Kerr. He's now driven in 3 on the game, 7 on the season. 17-0 the lead for Washington, and this one getting out of hand quickly.
And again, I mean, you look at the amount of base runners that Spring Mills pitching has allowed through the walks and the hit by pitches, and then situations like this where when they are throwing strikes, I mean, Washington is hitting the baseball and hitting it hard, and that has led to this situation where we will have yet another pitching change. Looks to be a number 4.
And that should be
Carson Gotham.
Yeah, Carson Gotham.
Who
he was the
DH.
So, again, no defensive changes. As Gotham gets in his warm-up pitches, let's send it back to the studio, take another 60-second break. 17-0 Washington leading Spring Mills. We're back in a minute.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
Welcome back in. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. Our on-site producer, Donald Kenny, cameraman John Alderton. Back at the studio is Colin McLaughlin. 17-0 is Washington's lead over Spring Mills. 2 1/3 so far, is just 1 down here in the top of inning number 3. On to pitch now, Connor Gotham. A third of an inning for Drew Gilpin. He gave up 4 hits. Still 2 runners on that are his responsibility. No strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter.
Matt Gotham has appeared in 1 game so far on the mound, but I have 0 innings. No earned runs, however. No hits, no runs, no errors, no walks, no strikeouts. So not sure of the situation, as he's got the statistics that he's pitched in 1 game, but absolutely no statistics at all.
Swing and a miss. Smith now behind in the count 0-1.
There's a good sign. Get ahead of a hitter.
Throw strikes. Here comes the 0-1 from Gotham. This one bounced to the second baseman. Dunham up with it. Fires over to Renner at first base for out number 2. A run does come in to score from third base. That is Bradley Smedick. 18-0 the lead now for Washington on the ground out RBI for Kobe Smith.
Man, I'm looking at it, and that was a number 2 out there. So I think we've seen Memphis Elliott come in from left and now take over at second. I'm not sure who's in left. Very hard to see the same color numbers as the jersey from this far away in the outfield.
First pitch to Logan Link in for strike 1. Again, good sign for Gotham, is just pounding the zone. Out of the stretch, here comes that 0-1. Is Link going to ground to the shortstop. Compton up with it. Fires across the diamond. Good stretch by Renner for out number 3. Another very strong inning for Washington. They lead 18-0. Bottom of the 3rd when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back into Spring Mills. It is the visiting Washington Patriots that are having their way so far as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. It is the Patriots 18, Cardinals 0, and it's been a struggle on the mound for Spring Mills so far today, and equally tough at the plate. It's been 6 up, 6 down through their first 2 plate appearances.
Yeah, and this plate appearance will go to Drew Gilpin, who had entered in that number 7 spot in the order.
First pitch to Gilpin. Taken, strike 1.
He may have been the one to stay in and go out into left. That then brought the left fielder Memphis Elliott in at second.
There's a ball hit foul down the third base line. Count quickly 0-2 to Gilpin. Yeah. Sun peeking back out. It's been going in and out of the clouds here at Cardinal Park. Wind has died down a bit, not nearly as windy as it was in the pregame. Logan Link back out for his 3rd inning of work. A swing and a miss, and the 2nd strikeout for Link that he has tossed so far as Gilpin goes down on strikes for out number 1.
So far, he has not shown any ill effects of the very lengthy at-bats for Washington. You know, you wonder sometimes, how a pitcher may respond in a situation like that. No issue here. By the way, that strikeout, the 15th of the season now for Gilpin.
25th on the season for Logan Link. As right back to pounding the zone to Mason Everhart. He takes strike 1.
Just the 7th at bat for Everhart this season.
The 0-1 hit off the handle out to shallow right field, and that's going to drop in for a single. Inside-out piece of hitting. Going back on it was Bradley Smedick. Coming in on it was Brendan Kern. It dropped right in between.
So there it is. The first base hit for Everhart, who was 0 for 6. And it snaps a string of 7 consecutive batters that had been retired by Link. And we will have a courtesy runner.
I couldn't even begin to tell you what a number was unless you got it coming out
of
the
dugout. I saw it.
Did you?
Chase Henson, number 7.
Good eyes. Down to the bottom of the order. This ball ripped into center field. That's Memphis Elliott. But right there to make the catch is Kobe Smith. Put a good charge into it, but Smith only having to move about 2 steps back and 2 steps to his left, our right. 2 down.
Yeah, you could hear the ting of the bat as that ball came off the aluminum and really looked like he had gotten a charge into it, but Kobe Smith had him played perfectly.
Back to the top of the order. It's Caden Compton. First pitch to him. This one lifted to the left side, but in foul territory. Running out of room as it ricochets off the top of the dugout belonging to Washington. Strike 1.
Yeah,
Broughton and Link both standing right by the fence. As if there wasn't that overhang right there, they may have been able to make that catch at the fence. There is a bit of an overhang on both dugouts, so it's not quite, the roof isn't quite flush with the fence in front. And, yeah, I think if there's no overhang there, that's probably out number 3. Instead, just a strike 1. Check back over to first base on the head first dive is Henson. In safe. Like a quick check back over to first. Now we'll come set out of the stretch. Ready with the 0-1, a breaking ball in for strike 2. Throw behind the runner at first, Henson. Back in again on the head first dive. And for a guy that's not in the starting lineup, may have the dirtiest jersey by the end of the night.
I appreciate the aggressiveness to throw behind the runner at first, but you're in front 18-0. Give it back to the pitcher and keep playing baseball.
Here comes the 0-2, and way up the ladder is Caden Compton. That bat was almost vertical. And that's out number 3. I was going to say, did I miss something? Is it
No.
Nobody in the field really understanding that was out number 3 on the strikeout. So one runner did get awarded, was Mason Everhart with a single to right field, top of the 4th. When we come back, again, all Washington, 18-0.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine board certified orthopedic surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
To the top of the 4th we go. 18-0. Washington leading Spring Mills. Starting off the inning at the plate will be Cameron Moore. Connor Gotham on the hill, the 3rd pitcher on record tonight for the Spring Mills Cardinals. It was TJ Josenhans who went 2+ innings, faced a couple of batters, giving up 12 runs on 6 hits. No strikeouts, walked 6, 2 hit batters. For Drew Gilpin, he came in and pitched a 1/3 of an inning and gave up 6 more runs. And so far it has been the Patriot show here at Cardinal Field.
Storyline, 18 runs on 10 hits with no errors, 2 left and 1 in scoring position for Washington. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, 1 left, none in scoring position for Spring Mills. That is through your first 3 innings, with Washington putting 9 on the board in the first, 1 in the second, and added 8 more in the third. Now the good news is Gotham came in and retired back-to-back batters. Let's see if he can settle things down a little bit for the Cardinals on the mound.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Ryan McCarthy. He was used as a courtesy runner earlier. He will hit for Cameron Moore. First pitch to McCarthy. Low and away, ball 1.
Leadoff hitter here in this 4th inning. Give you McCarthy's numbers in a second.
Here comes the 1-0 McCarthy. Bit of a check at the plate, threw the knob at it. Watch that one for strike 1. Steps in, middle of the batter's box, front and back and left to right. Taps that front foot just a bit. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
You seem to be fooled a bit by that pitch. He's got 3 hits in 12 at-bats on the year. That's a .250 average. No homers, 4 driven in. Does have 4 walks along with 3 strikeouts for a .471 on-base percentage.
Gotham out of the windup. Here comes that 1-2. Low and away. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gotham threw 4 pitches, and all 4 of those were for strikes to retire the 2 batters he saw in that 3rd inning.
Break-even pitch on the way. Here comes the 2-2. That one missed high. Ball 3, counts full.
You could see it as it came out of his hand. Not sure if it slipped just a little bit or if he just didn't find the release point.
Here comes that 3-2 pitch as McCarthy stands in and sends this one to center field for a base hit. And it's just one of those days, Matt, that everybody is finding a hit in the stat sheet for the Washington Patriots.
Yeah, 11 hits now through 3 0/3 innings. We haven't gotten it out. That's a leadoff man on for a 4th straight inning for this Patriots team.
Braden Stottlemyre steps in. The cleanup hitter, the shortstop for the Patriots. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. 2 runs scored. First pitch to him. Just a bit high, ball 1. Stottlemyre has driven in a run as well. Has added the stolen base to that stat sheet. Now out of the stretch is Connor Gotham with a runner on first base. McCarthy, not a huge lead. That one high and inside. And did it get Stottlemyre? It hit the hand, it looks like, as he's immediately going to that left hand with the batting glove.
Yeah, not sure if it caught the back of the hand flush or if it may have caught a finger and then kind of pinched it against the bat.
And that's an interesting ruling because the hand is supposed to be part of the bat, isn't it?
Yeah, in that case, he's backing out of the way of that one.
He is. Okay, I'll give it because most of the time they do call that on the swing. You're right on that one. I'll give you that. So a hit by pitch and the fourth Patriot hit today.
Wow, add that with 7 base on balls.
Runners now at first and second as McCarthy moved to second on the hit by pitch. Strike one to Colin Reed. Reed is a walk, single, and reached on an error today. He would need to be hit by a pitch to get all 4. Swing and a miss as he waved at that one. Strike 2.
Noticing anything? Reed is practicing his switch hitting. He's been hitting from the right side.
Well, this is a good opportunity to practice, that's for sure. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. Watch that one above the letters, ball 1.
Go work on that new skill.
I was tragically right-handed when I played. I tried in the batting cage for a couple of off seasons and just it never felt comfortable. Here comes that 1-2 bouncing off the glove of Mason Everhart. Both runners will advance on the pass ball.
2 more in scoring position and nobody outs in this top half of inning number 4. Washington has scored in each at bat. Only 1 in that second inning. 9 in the first, 8 in the third.
Matt, it was, the Musselman game earlier in the season? Was that the 17-0 win for Spring Mills?
That was a 17-0 win for Musselman over Spring Mills. That was back on April the 15th. So the giving up of the 18 runs here, now marks the most they've given up.
Here comes the 1-2, fouled at the plate. Colin Reed stays alive. So, that's what that looking at an 18-0 game right now. Spring Mills has been a part of 2 17-0 plus deficits at one point or another this season. Ready with the 1-2. Here's the pitch from Gotham. Fouled off back over our heads a bit to the left. And right now, not a bad job in the left-hand batter's box for Colin Reed.
Yeah, very good. Fighting off some pitches, staying alive. See if he can find one to drive somewhere. Chance to pick up a couple of runs batted in. He's already got 2, up to 10 now in the season.
Here comes that 2-2. This one sent to the right side. A slow roller. Renner gets it and will take it to the bag himself, but that will drive in a run. So Reed gets an RBI from both sides of the plate today. 19-0 the Washington lead.
Slow roller down that first base line. Chase Renner able to get there. Had plenty of time to take it to the bag himself. Good job, though, by Carson Gotham to get over there as the pitcher ready to cover. Scoring McCarthy from third base. And, man, they're a run away from 20 on the board.
Ty Broughton steps in, the catcher. The righty so far today, a walk and a single, has scored his courtesy runner, Ryan McCarthy, up to this point, has scored a couple of runs. First pitch misses the zone. Ball 1. Looks like it could be getting a little out of hand in the later innings in the softball field as well. Checking that scoreboard, it was 2-0 a few moments ago. Now it looks like it could be 7-0 as Broughton sends one to center field. Gilpin moving back on it, making the catch, tagging up from third, and scoring is Braden Stottlemyre, and there is run number 20 on the day for the Washington Patriots. 20-0 is their lead, and that is RBI number 11 on the season for Ty Broughton.
Matt, I was looking just before that sacrifice fly. 8 of the 9 hitters in the order have not only reached base and scored, but 8 of the 9 have scored twice. The number 7 spot in the order right here, Timmy Williams, who's at the plate, has only come around to score once.
Williams takes ball 1 low.
He's been on base 2 out of 3 times, but has only been able to come around 1 time.
2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Here comes that 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball, low and away. Ended up in the dirt, ball 2.
Again, you look at those walks and those hit by pitches, and the overwhelming majority, in fact, all of them, have pretty much come home to score. Looking at one hit by pitch that was erased on a fielder's choice.
This one a ground ball to the shortstop on the 2-0. Compton up with it. Fires across the diamond. Renner, not even a stretch needed there for out number 3. We will go to the bottom of inning number 4 when we come back. 2 more come across the plate for Washington. Their lead, 20-0 over Spring Mills. We're back in 60 seconds.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
New pitcher coming out for the Washington Patriots, Tommy Wogan, going to toe the pitching rubber and get in some warm-up pitches. Must have had something on his wrist or arm that he could not have. Had to run back into the dugout and take something off, as he now will get in the rest of his warm-up pitches. 20-0 as we go to the bottom of inning number 4. It was 3 innings for Logan Link, and what a 3 innings it was, giving up just 1 hit, no runs, striking out 3, and did not warrant a walk on the season. So his total's down to 26 strikeouts to 3 walks on the season. Not a bad stat line at all.
No, not at all. He certainly came out and threw well. I've got him only at about 27 pitches, 21 of those for strikes. And when you look at the schedule that this Washington team has coming up, an opportunity to, maybe try to save him for some innings later in the week. Looking at it right now, and after this matchup at Spring Mills, some time off for this Washington team through the rest of the week until they play on Saturday, doubleheader action up in Morgantown, where they'll face Morgantown along with Logan. Then next Monday, it's Legacy Christian, and then a little bit of a break again between the 17th and the 25th. But they have had some games that have been postponed during the course of this season. We'll see if those get added to that game-changer schedule as time goes by.
Gotham, Gilpin, and Renner, the 3 due up for Spring Mills in the bottom of the 4th inning. The way things are looking, Spring Mills down to their final 6 outs in this game.
Well, and Matt, I'm looking at the numbers right now, and I do not have Tommy Wogan on the pitching depth chart or statistics page, I guess is the better way to say it. So from what we would understand, this may be his first chance to really get out there and toe the pitching rubber.
Well, let's see what he can do. We'll start out of the windup. Looks in, gets his sign. It is Carson Gotham standing in. First pitch to Gotham. Catches the outside corner, strike 1.
There you go. That looked good.
Looks in, gets that sign. Holds that glove right around the belt. This breaking pitch, a little high for ball 1, and you can tell definitely not a whole lot of innings pitched in his life just by the form. Definitely not one fluid motion and doesn't have that long follow-through like you see with most pitchers. Stands pretty much up and down as this one driven to the shortstop. Takes a wicked bounce. Stottlemyre up with it. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. That one hit the lip right in front of Stottlemyre, but able to play it well on the hop. 1 down.
Yeah, there it is. Has the glove down low. It's easier to come up on a ball than it is to go down, and he had that glove down low and was able to lift it up and then make that throw to first. That was a bang-bang play at first. Gotham with that last, lunge towards the bag, got a little bit of air underneath of it and was out by a half step.
Brings up Tyler Gilpin. First pitch to him. Only gets about 57 feet getting to the plate. Ball 1.
See, I think it's, 60 feet, 6 inches?
It is.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not putting 2 and 2 together, that one hit the dirt before the plate.
Ah, there it is.
1-0 the count to Gilpin as he lifts this one into center field, deep into center field. Smith going back, going off of his glove and will bounce to the wall. Almost made a very acrobatic play. Gilpin rounding second. He's going to try for third. There is the relay and the throw to third. In on the feet first slide. And Tyler Gilpin, a one-out triple. The first offensive life other than one base hit before right now for Spring Mills, and a heck of a hit for the senior.
Yeah, absolutely. He crushed that one, but, man, give a lot of credit to Kobe Smith going back after that one, and that last leap had it nick off the end of the glove. He made a very nice catch earlier in this ball game out there and almost made a spectacular one there.
Chase Renner stands in, a ground ball sharply hit to the third baseman. Wick has it go off of his palm, fires over to first, but in safely is Chase Renner.
And that is Liam Fry, a senior third baseman who has taken over there at third. So Fry with that play.
So that one going to go down as a E5 in our scorebook.
Still should get credit for the RBI as 9th of the year.
Yeah, that one taking the third baseman to his left. So that run was going to
Yep.
come around and score. Renner now stands at first base. First pitch to Braden Shives. Misses high, ball one.
These guys coming up for the second time in the order. The number 5 hitter has already been up 4 times for Washington.
Here comes that 1-0 from Wogan. Misses low, ball two.
Well, the Patriots looking to get back in the win column. They had won 2 of their last 3, although coming off of the loss the last time out. That was yesterday against Berkeley Springs.
Way out in front of this one was Braden Shives, just able to get a little piece of metal on it, fouls it off towards that third base dugout, strike one.
Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, this will be their 3rd straight loss and will match what has been a season long. On 2 other occasions, they have dropped 3 straight. Each time they've been able to come up with a win in that next game to elude any longer losing streak.
That 2-1 missing low, bouncing into the catcher Ty Broughton. Good block by him to keep Renner at first base. Count now 3-1 to Shives. Shives a strikeout victim in the second. Ready with a 3-1. Here it is from Wogan. This one lifted high.
Hey, straight over.
Getting at a play
nope.
and making the play. See, you got. I was tracking it up and thought it was going to stay in, but you're saying watch your heads.
No, I'm just coming over that way.
Good play by Broughton.
Didn't know if you caught it off the bat.
I caught it, but then your reaction was like it was coming right for us. So I thought you were seeing something I wasn't, or I didn't catch the ball and caught a cloud or something. 2 down. There's some excitement for you.
Nice play. Sometimes catchers don't get that opportunity a whole lot on the high school level because there's typically not a ton of space behind home plate.
And you can practice that as much as you want during practice or warm-ups, but you cannot simulate that in the game.
No.
Throwing that mask off and finding the baseball. Chase Herndon steps in, the lefty. Took the first pitch out of the zone for ball one. Now lifts this one foul out of play down the left field line. And even 1 ball, 1 strike.
Didn't mean to freak you. I just didn't know if
you
I thought
what freaked me out was I thought I caught something different because I was following the ball. And then your reaction where you kind of nudged me in the arm, I'm going, okay, am I missing something? Am I picking up a cloud? Or what's the issue here?
It's a cloud.
Runner at first base is Shives. Here comes the 1-1. A breaking ball. Did it nick him? It did. So Chase Herndon going to take first base on a hit by pitch.
Can only imagine what the shot must have looked like from John on our main camera.
Yeah, because that was probably seeing us in the reaction. Nope, John apparently lost it as we look back at him.
So I was yelling for John's sake. That's what it was.
Drew Gilpin stands in. The righty is swing and a miss. Strike one. Again, for a guy that doesn't look like he has seen too many varsity and maybe even JV innings on the mound, and Tommy Wogan. Not doing too bad out there. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one above the letters and a bit inside. Ball one. Count 1-1 to Drew Gilpin. Gilpin's second at-bat. A strikeout in his first trip to the plate.
Wogan listed on the roster, pitcher and outfielder.
This one a swing and I didn't hear Drew Gilpin get a piece of it.
He did. It was a foul.
I heard it hit the mask afterwards, so I wasn't sure whether that was just a swing straight through. But your ear's apparently a bit sharper than mine. Strike 2.
Yep, ticked off the bat and right into the mask of Broughton.
Broughton seems to be all right. Quickly back in his stance. Here comes the 1-2 to Gilpin. That one low in the dirt. Ball 2. Runners at first and second. It is Herndon at first. Standing at second is Renner. Out of the stretch, here comes the 2-2 pitch from Wogan. This one fouled off into the netting to our right. Let's do that 2-2 again.
Gilpin in the number 7 spot in the order. Replaced T.J. Josenhans, who was 1 for 3 coming in and didn't even get a chance to swing the bat in this one.
It's always fun when we've pronounced the name 2 ways throughout the season, and you got to pause to make sure you're calling it the right way. That 2-2 once again fouled off right behind home plate. Deuces remain wild. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It did go final on the softball field, 10-0 Washington, running away with that one in the final inning. Mercy Rule 10-run game. Here comes the 2-2, a swing, and it Broughton hold on. He did for out number 3. 1 run comes around to score. It is Gilpin who had the fireworks with the 1-out triple. 20-1 as we go to the top of the 5th when we come back. Washington leading Spring Mills. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome back in. Gotham back for his second full inning of work. Did get the final 2 outs in the 3rd. 20-1 as Spring Mills did plate a run in the bottom of the 4th. It was Tyler Gilpin coming in to score. As we see some substitutions for Washington. Now pinch hitting in the number 8 spot for Bradley Smedick is a number 12.
That is Adam Sedlock, a junior.
Calhoun gets the ball back from the infield.
What was that name again?
Gotham. Went back to the old way.
We talked earlier about that.
This has been the year for that, hadn't it?
It has.
My apologies. Gotham will start out of the windup, it looks like. It will be. Sedlock steps in. First pitch. Low and away, ball 1.
Let's see what numbers we can find on Adam Sedlock. He's got a hit in his only at-bat. It was a single.
Keep it going. 1 for 1, 1,000 batting average. Here comes the 1-0, and it nicked him on the way in, and he will reach first base. And I would have that as the 5th hit batter on the day that Washington has drawn and thrown by the Spring Mills pitching staff.
That is 5 hit batters to go along with 7 base on balls. So you're talking, when you put 12 guys on, then you give up some hits, you get a score like you have here.
Danny Creamer will step in. He's going to pinch hit for number 8, Brendan Kerr, in the number 9 spot in the order. First pitch to Creamer, low and away, ball 1.
See how many of these guys stay in defensively.
Creamer on the season. Again, 1 for 1. So both pinch hitters so far seeing their second at-bat of the year. Here comes the 1-0 breaking ball in for strike 1. and some happy feet at the plate for Creamer. As he knew it was a breaking ball, started to go for it, slowed down, and just was not guessing breaking ball on that pitch. Here comes the 1-1. This one a soft looper to first base. Renner able to make the catch and almost able to tag the runner at first, Sedlock, as he was getting a secondary lead, but just got back in of the glove. Never made it back over to the bag. Just a quick swipe down after the catch. One down on the line out to first base. Now pinch hitting at the top of the order is a 19. Now the last name is Mad-Eye. And we do not have a first name on the stats for him. It's just
I do not. I don't have it on the roster either.
One down. Mad-Eye steps in. First pitch, a called strike at the plate.
It's Mattei.
Which, the way we're pronouncing names, it may or may not be correct the way we've had luck this year.
I heard it from the PA, so we'll take
who got
it
from me earlier in the game. So
okay.
He's just running with what I'm saying. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one misses inside. Mad-Eye backing out of the way. Runner at first base. Not an overly big lead. The first two pitches of this at-bat. Now gets that short lead off of first base. Here's the 1-1. Bounces away from the catcher, Everhart, and gets back to the backstop. Advancing to second is Sedlock. So a runner in scoring position for Washington. One down here in the fifth.
Well, they've scored in every at-bat, so why not get at least one here in this one in the top of the fifth inning? Their final at-bat in this one, as the Cardinals would have to come up with a whole bunch of runs to keep it going.
You believe final at-bat?
I believe.
One would assume final
I believe.
at-bat. 2-1 the count to Mad-Eye. The 2-1 in for strike two. That one a little bit of movement on it. Caught the outer edge of the plate. At least it's the way it looks from our angle. Again, kind of off-center to the left behind home plate. So we got the up-down, but the left-right sometimes interesting. This one, ground ball to third base, shives up with it. Double clutch to the bid and airmails a first base. Or no, good leap by Renner at first base. And I'm not sure there was the tag or he got back down on the bag. But two down, I thought off the glove. I was watching the arc of that baseball thinking there's no way Renner's going to get up. Great play at first by Chase Renner. Two down.
Yeah, put a little star by that one for the play by Renner. I think it may have been the tag. He went up and got him. He came down looking for that bag with the foot, but threw that glove around to make sure that he could at least tag him.
Swing and a miss by Tommy Wogan, who will hit in the pitcher spot, previously held by Logan Link. First pitch to him, a swing and a miss, strike one. Runner did advance to third, so Sedlock just 90 feet away. Here's that 0 and lifted to center field. Gilpin moving in on it and will make the catch for out number 3. No runs come across in the top of inning number 5. The final at-bat for Spring Mills, we believe, when we come back. 20-1 is the lead for Washington. We're back in 60 seconds.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Another pitching change for the Washington Patriots. It'll be Zach Wick on for what we would look as the final at-bat for Spring Mills. 20-1 is the Washington lead over the Cardinals. For Tommy Wogan, he came in, pitched 1 inning, giving up 1 run on 1 hit. Did hit a batter, but also got a strikeout. So not a bad first outing of the year for Tommy Wogan. And Equally the same for Zach Wick. Does not have a pitching stat yet this year. So we'll see what he can do on the mound for Washington here in the bottom of inning number 5.
Well, his job right now, come in and throw strikes. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Work on getting ahead of hitters, make this Spring Mills team put the baseball in play. That's your job right now when you've got a 20-1 lead. No messing around. Go after them.
And just don't do anything to screw this up. Third out to second as the warm-up pitches have concluded. Everybody putting on their sun's going down gear as Coach Bear throwing on the jacket. It has gotten a bit colder as that.
Yeah.
The sun's not even down yet, just going behind the clouds behind us.
Well, it's supposed to be a 43 overnight low, and that temperature was only about 61 when we got started, so it'll go down quickly. Tomorrow and Thursday look real good for some local high school baseball and softball and track and lacrosse and whatever else you're doing outside. Sunny and 66.
It's our only day off this week from calling games. So
is what, Thursday?
Fishing is an outdoor activity.
It is.
Here comes the first pitch to Everhart. This one lifted high into the air into the shallow left side of the infield. Charging in and making the play is Liam Fry for out number 1. That one towered into the infield, but only about, is that no longer Fry over there at third base?
I believe that's Smedic, who's moved from second to third.
It is Bradley Smedic,
yeah.
number 20, making that catch.
We figure we might see some defensive changes.
1 down. Memphis Elliott steps in. Wick looks in. Here comes that first pitch. Fastball in for strike 1.
He's picked the pace back up, more like Link, who was throwing the fastball. And then when Wogan came in, much different on the radar gun.
Here comes that 0-1 from Wick, and this one lifted into center field. Smith doesn't move much. Camps underneath of it for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs on just 3 pitches for Zach Wick.
It's been fun to watch out there in center field.
Certainly has some wheels.
He does.
There's not too many balls that are guaranteed hits to center field.
No, and he tracks it so well. We've seen him make a couple really nice plays and nearly the spectacular catch in this one.
Looks like we will have a pinch hitter in the top of the order. We'll have that as a 1-8, Deuce Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Peterson, a few practice cuts as Wick looks in. Hitting for Caden Compton. First pitch to Peterson, a breaking ball. Missed just inside. Count 1-0 as we take a quick look at Peterson's stats after this pitch. Here comes the 1-0, a swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Good high fastball.
Count even 1-1 for Peterson. 3 at-bats, has not registered a hit in those 3, and 2 strikeouts in those 3 at-bats. Here comes the 1-1, a breaking ball. Missed highs across the plate. Ball 2. Count 2-1.
Well, tough one for the Cardinals, but you come right back out tomorrow. You got to put this one behind you. Musselman will be here, and we'll be here as well.
That 2-1, a fastball caught the inside edge, strike 2. So Washington 1 strike away from getting their 7th win of the season. Wick comes set out of the stretch. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball. This one sent to the right side, bouncing and getting on a hop is Williams. He will go over and step on the bag, and that will do it from here at Cardinal Field. It is Washington getting the win over Spring Mills, 20-1. The Cardinals drop to 4-9 for Washington. They advance to 7-10. A 2-minute timeout back at the studio. When we come back, we'll start our post-game show, tell you how this one played out, and give you some numbers while setting you up for our next broadcast and what is next for both of these two teams. Again, your final from here at Cardinal Field, it is the Washington Patriots getting the win over Spring Mills, 20-1. We're back in 2 minutes.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Cardinal Park, Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman, Donald Kenny, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, has been back at the studio. 20-1 Washington getting the win over Spring Mills. And, Matt, it started early for the Patriots. It was early and often as they brought 12 batters to the plate in the top of inning number 1. And really, who can't you say contributed in that first inning? Williams, the only one not able to reach base or in the first 9 that batted in this game. But really, hits galore and nothing overpowering with hits. Washington really just spraying the baseball all over the field.
Well, and taking advantage of the opportunities that they were given. 9 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 2 walks, and a hit batter, all in that top half of the first inning. And for Williams, while he didn't reach base, he did have an RBI ground out, so he brought home a run with a productive out going to the opposite side as the ground out went 4-3. So again, that production up and down the order after a second inning in which they were held to just 1 run despite having the bases loaded with 1 out on 2 walks and a hit by pitch. It was a nice job to get out of the inning by jaws and hands there in that one to only give up the 1, but still down 10-0. They were going to have to do more, not only to score, but to slow down Washington, and it didn't happen in the 3rd inning. 8 more runs on 4 hits with an error and 2 walks and a hit batter as well. In the end, just way too much Washington, not only hitting the baseball, but taking advantage of what proved to be 12 base runners on 7 walks and 5 batters hit by a pitch.
All right, another 1-minute break to take. When we come back, we'll take a look at some stats from this one, pitching and hitting totals. Again, your final 20-1 Washington beating Spring Mills. We're back in 1 minute.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg offers hand-cut, locally sourced steaks, fresh seafood, and sandwiches with great daily specials like 75-cent wings all day Monday, prime rib on Tuesday, New York strip on Wednesday, and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Ask for the lunch punch card and have lunch on the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard. And don't forget the Big Apple Lounge on Sater Drive in Inwood.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
Welcome back in one final time to Cardinal Park, 20-1. Washington getting the win over Spring Mills. Let's take a look at some numbers from this one, starting with our pitching totals. Let's start with Washington. Logan Link coming in the start, trying to get his first decision of the year, and did so in 3 innings on the mound, giving up no runs on 1 hit, striking out 3, and did not give up a walk. Tommy Wogan came in for 1 inning, giving up 1 run, 1 hit batter, and got a strikeout. Zach Wick came in to close the door. 1 inning on the mound and zeros across the board. No hits, no runs, no strikeouts, and no walks. For Spring Mills on the mound, TJ Josenhans, really just not the start he was looking for. He went 2+, giving up 12 runs on 6 hits, no strikeouts, 6 walks, and 2 hit batters. Drew Gilpin, we believe the younger brother of Tyler Gilpin, came in for a third of an inning, giving up 6 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, did not get a strikeout. And Connor Gotham coming in for 2 2/3, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit and hit 2 batters, also did not strike out a batter. Offensively for Washington, Kobe Smith and the leadoff spot reached base 3 times with 2 hits, also came around to score 3 times. Logan Link, an infield single, came around to score. He ended up scoring twice. Also had an RBI in that first inning on a ground out for the second out of the inning. Cameron Moore, a 2 RBI single, also added a walk. And Ryan McCarthy in that same spot later in the game had a single and came around to score a run. Braden Stottlemyre, a single, scored a couple of runs, and just, again, had a good day. And really up and down this lineup, we could keep going on, but really everybody contributing that played today for Washington. Colin Reed, a single and an RBI, came around to score a run. A single for Ty Broughton. He also had a sacrifice fly RBI in the 4th inning. Timmy Williams, an RBI single, came around to score a run and a ground-out RBI, and Bradley Smedick and Brendan Kerr also doing what they needed to do in the bottom part of the order. Smedick coming around to score 2 runs. Both times he got on was due to a hit by pitch, and Brendan Kerr, an RBI single, came around to score twice, also added a 2 RBI double in there, and a walk to his credit. For Spring Mills, just 2 hits, a triple for Tyler Gilpin, and the first hit of the year for Mason Everhart. So congratulations to him. He came in 0 for 6, and now getting the first varsity hit, and a much-needed one at that point for Spring Mills. That was the first hit of the day for the Cardinals. The winning pitcher is Logan Link. He is 1-0 for Washington. TJ Josenhans is 0-2 on the season now. Time of the game, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Final numbers look like this for Washington: 20 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 3 runners left on, 2 of those in scoring position. For Spring Mills, 1 run on 2 hits, 3 errors, 3 runners left on, 1 of those in scoring position. Again, with the win, Washington improves to 7-10. Spring Mills falls to 4-9. A big thanks to all the folks here at Cardinal Park, and both head coaches, for their help and hospitality, along with interviews and stats before this one. Kyle McLaughlin is back at the studio. For Matt Miller, I am Matt Crawford. Donald Kenny was our on-site producer, and John Alderton was our TV10 cameraman. We will see you tomorrow night, as it'll be Musselman here taking on Spring Mill. 6:40 is our pregame. 7 o'clock is the game time on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. And TV10 back in the normal programming on Talk Radio WRNR. We're joining Washington Nationals baseball. Again, your final, Washington 20, Spring Mills 1. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.